It's a huge risk for a broke finance student to drop out of school, especially to play video games professionally. But Chris Perez did it. Now, the 20-year-old makes more than 72% of US households in a year. Chris, who has played video games all his life, started playing Fortnite, a game where 100 players fight to be the last ones alive during his freshman year of college.
In December 2017, it was like on the up and up. It was like starting to get really popular. And that's when my roommates decided to tell me about it. And once that happened, we started playing it all throughout the spring.
Soon, his life became centered around school, homework, and Fortnite. Chris started to play in free-to-enter tournaments trying to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup, one of the biggest esport tournaments in history. When Chris started placing high in tournaments, Tempo Storm, a professional esports team, got in contact with him. Within days, Chris signed his first pro esport contract. A high school basketball player has a better chance of making the NBA than Chris had at qualifying for the World Cup. Now, Chris was a full-time student and esport athlete trying to qualify for the World Cup. And you know what? He did it. Chris qualified for the World Cup 2 weeks after signing his contract.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited for him. I almost started crying. I was just like, I know that's what he's wanted to do for so long.
Chris and his teammate won $50,000 at the Fortnite World Cup, more than he's ever made playing Fortnite. Now that Chris had a little money in his pocket, he had a choice to make. Continue his studies, or continue to play Fortnite as a pro.
We weren't sure about it. We just didn't know if it was the right thing for him to do, but it's what he's wanted to do now for such a long time, and we didn't want to be a roadblock in his path.
It can be a risk to skip out on a semester of college, but similar to video games, sometimes you have to take a risk to shoot for your goals. Now, Chris wakes up every day at noon, practices for more than 12 hours a day, every day of the week. Aaron Hawk, Tempo Storm's former Fortnite coach, knows about the risk Chris had to make to go pro full-time.
Well, I know for Chris specifically, he had some scholarships, I believe. So for him, obviously it was a big risk for him.
Chris has made over $120,000 this year. That's more than double the amount of money an average finance student makes their first year out of college.
Yeah, he has made more money this year than I've made in my job this year. So it really, I don't think I knew how much money was really out there in the gaming industry until I started watching him.
But for Chris, it's never been about the money. It's always been about doing what he loves and living his dream.
Plus, seeing people enjoy my content that I put out, and also the thrill of competing every week. There's weekly tournaments, so yeah, it's I definitely have it good, and I definitely like what I'm doing.